Let's talk about a different type of hype in the sports world, because tonight the 2019 NFL Draft begins. It's all happening in Nashville, Tennessee. An estimated 100,000 people will flock to Nashville for the draft, and that should have a big impact on the local economy. So joining us from Nashville to discuss is Butch Spyridon, CEO of the Nashville Convention and Visitors Corp. Hi, Butch. Thanks for coming on.
Morning.
All right, well, let's talk about foot traffic. You know, I've seen a lot of articles, they've been funny to see, warning locals in Nashville to just work from home maybe all week because of how much traffic and how much crowding there will be. Is that an issue?
A fair amount of street closures to really on a security effort. So, yeah, we've encouraged people to either take a vacation, come down and play, or work from home. But we're ready. We do big events all the time, and I think we'll have the biggest and best draft in the history of the NFL.
It's funny encouraging people to work from home. So are you seeing some stress from local business owners, or is that purely excitement? Obviously, we're talking about economic impact. You have big expectations. So what's the temperature that you're hearing from local business owners?
You know, the easiest way to answer is we raised over $2 million from the corporate community to help support the draft. So they bought in from day one. More of advanced preparation so that we wouldn't hear that angst in the middle of the event.
So what is the actual economic impact? And how do you measure that? Obviously, you've got investments going into the event. You've got a lot of visitors coming in, spending money at your stores. Have you calculated the entirety of how big of a lift Nashville will get?
We tend to be a little conservative and try to wait till after the event, but we've been monitoring hotel occupancy. We will have survey researchers on the street. We've looked at Dallas. Dallas estimated about $75 million in direct spend and $120 million in overall economic impact. So obviously our goal is to beat that. 31,000 rooms just in the city, and we're probably at about 90% full. So I don't think it's a stretch to say we'll get there, but the proof's in the pudding. And call me next week and I have a better answer.
So the draft is basically the NFL Super Bowl, but off season. So can we expect a big spectacle? And I know that you got the Country Music Awards coming in November, but this is going to be bigger, right?
It's probably the biggest 3-day or multi-day event Nashville's ever hosted. We have over 20 musical acts. So we have, I'm working with the NFL, infused music into the entire event. All genres, great acts. Feel really good about that. Feel good about 3 networks covering it in prime time, Thursday and Friday. And I was told yesterday 3,000 media have been credentialed. So it's already a win, and we haven't calculated the first dollar spent yet.
Butch, as my colleague just mentioned, you guys in Nashville are obviously already used to hosting big events, maybe not events this big, but CMAs and other music events. It is Music City. I guess I want to ask you, if you look forward here, we're talking so much about what the NFL draft can mean for Nashville. What might the impact be that you hope to see in the future? I mean, does it sort of announce to America Nashville is a place where we can host big, not necessarily just music events? Or what can the benefit be in the big picture for the city?
You know, it's a great question. It's always been part of our strategy from when we first started using events to showcase the brand, drive demand, and generate some PR. What we've done in the past, including Nashville Predator watch parties, help lead to the NFL having confidence in us. Probably the next step is talking to FIFA and World Cup. We're a finalist to be a host city there. We would like to do that. We think this demonstrates that we can compete with anybody on a global stage.
So for any viewers out there watching Yahoo Finance right now that say, oh, I don't want to miss out on the NFL draft, is it too late? Are hotels sold out, or is there still room and time?
There's still a little bit of room. I won't tell you the rates are real low, but we still have a few rooms in the city. We would welcome them to hop on a plane, and we're pretty conveniently located. So there's an opportunity. The entire event's free. The music is world class, and we know how to throw a party.
I want to follow up on something you said earlier. You said first it's the NFL draft, now FIFA and the World Cup. I mean, are you trying to pitch yourself as more of a big venue for sports now? Because Dan earlier mentioned we know Nashville is big on country, but is that the next phase?
Yeah, to a degree. You know, you want to make sure the city's comfortable with what we're doing. I would readily admit we've pushed the envelope a little bit with our friends at the NFL, but the end result, the setting's beautiful, the talent is incredible, the 3 networks and a fly cam that's going 5 blocks down Broadway says we can do, and we can do whatever it takes. And everybody's done it with the right attitude.
That's right, the 3 networks, ABC, ESPN, and NFL Network. So big on the broadcast side this year for Disney as well. Butch, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck.
No, thanks for having me.